What is going on, FA Nation? Jonathan Pepper here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Playbook live show. It is Wednesday. We got 5 games here on the DraftKings PM main slate. We had some day baseball earlier today. Hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of that early slate. Grande, 5 games. It's going to be a bit of a quicker show. Some decent pitching. Weather doesn't actually seem to be a problem. I know we got the rain symbol here. Roth doesn't think that's going to be an issue in Atlanta. In this Atlanta Washington game, apparently.
Not Washington.
Not Washington. Oh, that's the Athletics game. Whoa. Athletics Washington game, rather. Not Washington. Wait, what?
Washington is playing the Athletics, and the Braves are playing the Brewers. You said the Braves, you combine the Braves and the Nationals.
Either way, doesn't seem, I guess, there'd be an issue with the rain because Roth doesn't even have that game on his report. So.
Well, that game doesn't exist.
Game doesn't even exist?
Yes, Braves and Nationals does not exist.
I'm confused. What is happening here?
You said Braves, Nationals.
Yes. I said A's Nationals are here, though. We look at the same board.
You said Braves.
Yeah, but then Nationals. I corrected myself after that.
Oh, I didn't hear the correction. I wasn't paying attention to anything else.
Yeah. Gotta, that's fine. But like I said, he doesn't even have this on his report, so I assume Washington's okay, weather-wise. Guess we'll have to. You don't want Doppler radar John to come out here and have to break that down for people. So we'll just kind of move along with it. Kirby, Strider. I know, quarter of the edible. I get it. I hear you. Sorry, Pode. That's what it is. Quintana, Waka. I mean, it's a big gap. The top 2 starting pitchers. Kirby at 99 gets the White Sox here. He is over 40% rostered. Strider's almost 40% rostered today. Do you have a lean on the top 2 starting pitchers?
Yeah, I mean, the lean is Kirby, but I don't have any objection to playing Strider because I think there's a higher ceiling. But Kirby's been better of the 2 lately, so I think you can probably get away with playing both of them as well. I think there's a case to playing Kirby because he has the best matchup, playing Strider because he has the best ceiling, or playing both of them because you just try to pencil in the most points possible. And you don't have to worry about cores. You don't have to worry about Tampa. You don't have to worry about, there's just games on the slate, right? So
I mean, that's pretty much where you're at. Quintana and Walker, your next in May, are in K. Cavalli actually making his debut here in your 7K tier. Dustin May is minus 160 on the under innings today, so don't think we're going to be looking to attempt that. Certainly don't want to be touching Waka versus Boston, I would imagine. Roman Anthony back at the top of the lineup and $130 million richer today. So you have Strider and Cavalli. Any interest in either of those 2? Or Quintana and Cavalli, any interest in those 2?
Quintana's okay. There's not a lot of strikeouts, but there's obviously win equity attached to Quintana. He doesn't really pitch too deep into games, because he has the ability to miss bats. So every count is going deep, and obviously that doesn't favor him too much. Cavalli is scary because he struggles or has struggled massive amounts with righties. And I don't know if you heard, but they have a new leadoff hitter in Athletic Town.
I do.
He hits from the right side. He's actually, as a leadoff hitter, he's legally changed his name to Bangaliers, Shea Bangaliers. Because that's what he did not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 3 times yesterday. So in the minor leagues, righties, 329 average, 402 on base, 479 slug, 882 OPS against Cade Cavalli. It's bad. So I really like the right-handed bats in this spot. So it's scary when, 2 of the first 3 that he's going to face are Langoliers and Rooker, and the guy mixed in there is Nick Kurtz. So probably not. Hard, as you mentioned, Waka Waka continues to just pitch good. He's just carved himself into just like this good, gonna get the ball and be good starter.
Got those cheating Red Sox today, though, so we'll have to see what happens.
They are at home. That's obviously a thing. But like also coming off 8 innings against the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays have been number 1 in baseball against righties over the last like 2 months. Yeah. Endless amounts of runs scored every game out seemingly. So he's okay. Yeah, not a lot of interest in Dustin May. And mainly just because we say this about the Royals all the time when it comes to righties. Like Brian Bayo pitched well the other day, still like just 5 strikeouts. How many strikeouts do we need, or how many innings rather do we need Dustin May to get to 5 strikeouts against the Royals? I'd say a bunch, and I have no confidence he's going to get there because he just hasn't been good.
Like I said, minus 160 on the 15 and a half outs for him today.
Yeah, five and out. Get him through 5 and get out, right?
Pretty much. Nestor Cortez against Arizona at 69. Jeffrey Springs is your other 40% starter today at $6,800. Cannon and Desclafani are under $6,000.
Yeah, I mean, I think both Nestor and Jeffrey Springs are a little bit interesting. We'll start on Springs because he's the clear-cut, everybody's playing guy. Everybody is clicking this button. Washington's been bad. I mean, 639 OPS as a team. They're 25th. They have a 26% strikeout rate. This is since July 1st against lefties. 26% strikeout rate. That's really bad. That's the 8th highest. Just goes to show you there's so many teams striking out against lefties a lot. It's a great matchup, and it's on the road, right? That's been the key. Get pitchers away from Sutter Health.
Yeah.
So I like Jeffrey Springs, 68. I do think it's worth talking about Nestor a little bit here. Was really good on his rehab, fully built up. So there's essentially, I mean, I don't expect there to be any type of limitation on Nestor Cortez in this spot. I mean,
Is it the matchup though that you're?
Well, so like the matchup now is significantly different what the matchup it was. They don't have Eugenio Suarez. They don't have Josh Naylor. They have Corbin Carroll. They have Ketel Marte, but Ketel Marte has proven this year that he has been better against righties. And you look since July 1st, Arizona's 21st in OPS as a team. They're 18th in OPS as a team. Or ISO, sorry. Excuse me. They are 21st in WOBA, and they are 21st in WRC plus. So they're worse than league average in 5 major categories against left-handed pitching since July 1st, which, they have 438 plate appearances. It's the most in baseball against left-handed pitching over that span. It's a different team. Like Arizona has rated number 1 all year against left-handed pitching, but Gabriel Moreno's not there. Lourdes is double dogging off righties.
Sure. And
they just haven't been as...
For me, it's still just a 19% strikeout rate. So they're not...
the strikeout rate, I for sure agree with. But, it's a large field tournament. If you're in a large field tournament and 50% of the field is playing Jeffrey Springs for $100 more, Nestor Cortez is going to be... What's the ownership discrepancy? I mean,
so that's kind of where your point, I think,
30%.
Yeah, I think your point holds a little bit more water there. It's just sort of the ownership discrepancy that you're going to end up seeing a little bit there, because everybody is going to Springs now. Just updated, Springs is now the highest pitcher on the slate overall at 44%, while Nestor's 13. So just a massive difference there. More people playing Waka and Dustin May actually up there as well. So, all right, that's your pitching. Again, we're not going to play Cannon or Desclafani here. That'd be silly. Catcher. Mentioned Shea Langoliers already. He is your top rostered catcher of the day. Sean Murphy, Kyle Raleigh, Freddie Fermin in the 10% plus range between that. So big price difference, obviously, for Fermin at $2,400 and Sean Murphy at $33, and your two spend ups at Raleigh and Langoliers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Seattle looks as good as anybody on this slate. Jonathan Cannon has been horrible, especially in his last two starts. He's been downright awful. So I have no issues whatsoever going there. If that's where you want to go, obviously 6,300 is a lot, but in any lineup you're playing Nestor or Springs, it's easier, especially when we don't have any 10K pitchers. Langoliers, outside the 3 home run game, has been amazing since the All-Star break. Like, it's not just that he had the three home run game. He's hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 home runs since the break before hitting 3 yesterday. He has 10 home runs since the All-Star break. The All-Star break started July 18th. He has 10 home runs in like 3 weeks. I mean, he is just hammering baseballs. So he gets a good split against Cavalli, who struggled in the minor leagues against righties. So I like each of the top 2, no problem whatsoever. I'd play Salvi Perez against Dustin May for sure. Yeah. Obviously, the bullpen for Boston has been much better. You won't see those guys most likely. If
the bullpen's rested because they had Crochet go 7 last night. So.
Right. And Bayo go 7 the night before, right? Or 6 the night before.
6 the night before, yeah.
And they only needed Chapman for like an out, or Whitlock for an out, whatever it was. Yeah. One of those situations. So like, if they get to Dustin May and there's a lead, you don't see the good Boston bullpen, right? You probably see Jordan Hicks again. So I'm okay using Salvi. Obviously, it hurts a little bit that he lost his first base eligibility. Murphy has hammered lefties all year long. He's slumping, but he has been really, really good against lefties. So I'd be okay going there. Cuero and Teal both are fine as punts. And then Riley Adams and Fermin, really cheap. We are Freddie Fermin fans here. It was a really good pickup for the Padres to get him in general, because I don't know if it was last year or the year prior, hit 300, like just over the course of an entire season. He was just like, yeah, I'm just going to mess around and hit 300 for a whole campaign. Doesn't hit for a lot of power, although he homered yesterday. Doesn't hit for a lot of power, but he is a very good hitting catcher for $2,400 for sure.
Agreed. First base position: Nick Kurtz, Matt Olson, Romy, Naylor, your top 4. Kind of already highlighted Seattle being one of our favorites of the day. Naylor at 47. Can we talk for a second, again, for the 100th time this year, the stolen bases for Josh Naylor?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
19 steals. This guy is built like a donut. How does he have 19 steals?
He has 8 in his last 10 games.
He had he stole bases on back-to-back pitchers last night. They had a double steal and like an outright steal for him.
And on top of that, he hit a bomb.
Yeah.
Nuke missile last night. I mean, he's good. He's good. What the hell were the Guardians doing?
I don't know.
What were they thinking? Yeah, I'm definitely interested in Naylor because the Jonathan Cannon numbers against left-handed pitching, left-handed hitters rather, really bad. 237 ISO, 377 WOBA. It's really, really good stuff for lefties here. So I think Naylor looks great. I would play Kurtz. I would be also okay with Matt Olson. Matt Olson has been good against lefties this year. That hasn't really been an issue. And Jose Quintana's actually been pretty reverse splitsy this year. 205 ISO, or 220 ISO rather, 344 WOBA. So I'd play any of the top 3 guys, really. Or any of the 3 of the 4. I probably don't go Romy. I think Naylor's number 1, but you can make a case for Kurtz and Olson as well.
Okay. Mid-range. Again, I'm in on going up against Dustin May here. Pasquantino's hitting 3rd at 4K. Then obviously it's a small slate. It kind of drops off a little bit. Is there another value or mid-tier for you?
Yeah, I mean, if O'Hearn is in the lineup, I'd play Ryan O'Hearn. He has not been playing as much as I think I thought he would in San Diego, but if he's in the lineup, DeSclafani's been terrible. You can play Vaughn. He continues to be productive. I know it's a tough matchup, but Spencer Strider hasn't been that great. You could play Tyler Locklear. It's a pretty good spot. I mean, I like Nestor, but I also there is a case to be made to playing, some Arizona stuff. So I like Locklear at $2,400. And that's probably it.
Okay. Going on over then to second base. Cattell gets the lefty, as you mentioned earlier, though. Splits aren't as what they've been before. You have the Red Sox versus Waka here. Terrain gets Strider, so nothing too interesting. Maybe it's one of the few times I'd click Cronenworth today at 38. Or Polanco, I guess, at 36 against Cannon.
Yeah, I think Polanco looks amazing. Sedan is okay. The righties do look pretty good against Waka. Cronenworth is definitely okay. Righties have given DeSclafani more issues so far, so we'll see. Not that matters. He's been a kind of a bad pitcher, so like lefties could also give him problems. But I love Polanco. I just love the lefties against Jonathan Cannon tonight. Dude, he hits in such a good spot with their new lineup. Like with this revamped Seattle lineup, hitting Polanco sixth.
Yeah,
he's hitting behind. Like obviously, it's not great
in front of him.
Yeah, it's obviously not great if like Eugenio hits a home run every time before, but like if Eugenio's hitting all these home runs, he's also like he's just been really good this year. He's always on base. Josh Naylor's always on base and stealing. So like there's always someone at scoring position, right? So I just love where they have Polanco slotted in with this new look offense in the sixth spot. I think he is surefire best second baseman on the board for me. I think India, they finally decided
not the leadoff hitter.
Cannot lead this guy off anymore. Like there, like
it took till August 6th,
dude.
For them to decide.
I just don't understand it. And
did they move Bobby to one? What did they do?
No, they're Yastrzemski.
Yes. I mean that even that's not like a leadoff hitter, but okay.
No, but it's not Jonathan India.
I said Bobby Witt won. Like Ohtani leads off. Why can't you lead off Bobby Witt?
Well, Ohtani did lead off. He doesn't lead off anymore.
I know. Well, he did for a while.
He did for a bit. He did.
Schwarber led off for a while. Play your best hitters.
I like if you're not into Kirby, like I don't know if Lennon Sosa is a real human being, but my man has been on one. He has been on one. So if you want to go to Lennon Sosa, sure. Lennon Sosa's been awesome. You can play Blaze Alexander. He continues to just be like productive in fantasy. And then Cole Young, 2,100. Hey, look, another 8 fantasy points from Cole Young at $2,100 yesterday. Yeah. So like, I think if you're looking at second and you're not playing the like one of the second basemen from Seattle, I feel like it's already you're in a hole. Because one of them's raking and hitting 6, and one of them's like being good and is $100 off min salary.
They had one of their top prospects they called up and they hit him 9th. So it's not like this is right. Your average end of the order guy. Right. He's not Connor Wong, who has 2 RBI on the year and basically goes to the plate with a noodle. They have expectations for Cole Young to be a productive MLB player.
Right.
They just happen to hit him 9th because of how good their lineup is. And hey, the disadvantage of hitting 9th obviously is there's an opportunity, there's a chance you don't get that 4th AB. But also hitting behind him is the entire top of the lineup. And we've just kind of talked about how good that lineup is. So if he gets on, there's a good chance that he might come home. So I'm good punting that on a smaller slate, especially where you said before, if you wanted to go Strider Kirby today, getting a $2,100 Cole Young goes a long way to achieving that goal.
Dude, that feels good. Like, that makes life so much easier plugging a $2,100 player in, right?
Yeah.
Like with the two clear best pitchers on the slate, just like from a pure talent standpoint.
Yep. I don't know. I don't think we hit Anthony's question here. Not crazy to attack Boss on a full Royal stack. Again, I actually, before we went live, bet Dustin May over 2.5 earned runs at like plus 120 today. I think it's plus money because they don't think he's going to be in the game long enough based on the innings.
Yeah.
But my assumption is that hopefully that he's not in the game long enough because he's giving up runs. So I'm good full Royal stack. And Strider at 59%. We have him around like 45. So that makes about sense.
Makes sense.
Third base here, again, not to be overly repetitive, but we like Seattle.
Yes.
But your highest roster play is Manny Machado. And then Darrell Hernandez is $2,800. He's also 20%.
So I love Eugenio. I actually love the Padres today quite a bit. DeSclafani has been horrendous against righties. 311 ISO, 342 WOBA. So it's just all power, like all power. And it's crazy because he's throwing a sinker. The most he's thrown is a sinker. And righties have a 273 ISO against a sinker. You know what that tells me? It ain't sinking, John.
Yeah.
When someone has a 273 ISO off your sinker, which is your most thrown pitch, it ain't sinking. That is just, it's flattening out. And when a sinker flattens out, we saw it again last night, like sinker baller, Jose Soriano, right? Gets absolutely shellacked. We've seen it time and time again for sinker baller. So, yeah, I think Machado looks amazing. He also has had a little bit of batted ball. There's going to be some positive regression coming for him. Not that the numbers are even bad against righties. 174 ISO is good, but he has a 220 expected ISO, 371 WOBA, 389 expected WOBA for Manny Machado. So could be even better. So love him. Hernandez, just to skip down to, because he raked at AAA before he got called up. And they traded Andujar and they moved some pieces at the deadline to like get some of these guys more at bats. And hey, like he's getting at bats and he's absolutely raking. So yeah, I think Hernandez looks pretty good. And I talked about it. I've said it a bunch of times. Cavalli has struggled against righties. So this is definitely a good split for him. I would play Bregman, by the way, in this reverse splitsy matchup because he's been better against righties and Waka's been worse against righties. So I actually like Bregman. Maikel Garcia is back to being awesome like he was earlier in the year. Kind of hit like a little lull, but now it's like multi-hit game after multi-hit game. Colson Montgomery, I said it yesterday, John. He's just going to homer every day. Like we just have to accept it and just move on. Whether or not a good pitcher is opposing him, he's going to homer.
Yep. And
then we just move on from there. So if you want to play
strikeouts, that's what we're getting.
Homers and strikeouts, dude, that's all he does. It's what he profile does too. So yeah, I think third is like really good. DeYoung is hitting third. If you want to attack, we know that Paul DeYoung.
Reasons Jeffrey Spring is 50% tonight. Paul DeYoung is the 3-hitter.
So. It's true. Counter argument: Paul DeYoung has been really good against left-handed pitching.
Sure.
Also, I want to comment on Anthony's point. The Duran entrance is absolutely amazing. And that's coming from a non-Philly fan. He did it in Minnesota, but like it just didn't hit in Minnesota because it's Minnesota. It's not a big market that people care about. So yeah, I think it's awesome. And Warren, we got to your DeYoung play. He has a 320 ISO against lefties this year.
Sure. What's the sample size on that? Is he playing?
Not big. 27 at bats. Last year was a 162 ISO against lefties. 120 at bats. The year before, 130. So it's obviously been good in a small pocket this year.
Yep. At shortstop, Hernandez is because he has dual position eligibility. He's the highest. Xander Bogaerts is number 2. You mentioned liking the Padres.
Yep.
Bobby Witt, Trevor Story rounded out.
Yeah, I mean, Witt looks good because Witt has been good again. I mean, just continues to just be good, right? Obviously, he's not hitting 330 like he did last year, but he continues to just be really good. So definitely can play Bobby. Geraldo is fine. Abrams, lefty. This does profile pretty good for Trevor Story, who has had 7 straight games of double-digit fantasy points.
Since July 1st, Trevor Story leads the American League in RBI.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, honestly. Him and Geraldo Perdomo are the two
Spider-Man
most
needing each other right now.
Dude, they're the 2 most unlikely 70-plus RBI batters right now, right? Like if I were to be like, who are the 2 people you would least expect to have 70 RBIs? And you gave me like this long list of names, I'd be like, duh.
I think if you told me that Trevor Story, if you told me at the end of this year, you're like, hey, Trevor Story played an entire season, how do you think he did? I could probably guess him being in like a high RBI guy because he just never plays full seasons anymore.
That's fair.
I don't think anybody ever expected Perdomo to be even in a full season.
Not even this close. Yeah. Not even close. Not even close.
But he is.
He is. So yeah, I mean, it's a good spend up position. And then you could play like the Crawford, Hernandez, DeYoung range. You know, Crawford has been good since being moved down. Shocker, Seattle's lineup is incredibly deep moving forward.
Your 8 hitters homered twice in 4
Yeah,
games,
it's just what it. Yeah, Hernandez looks good. DeYoung is cheap, so you could play any shortstop. It's a good position for a 5-game slate.
Okay, outfield again, smaller slate, so a bit more concentrated here. When it comes to your top ownership, Rooker Bleday is getting ownership here today. Fernando Tatis. Soderstrom, Randy Arozarena.
Yeah. Again, Tatis and the righties against Desclafani. I know Tatis has had a incredibly disappointing season. He's not stealing bases. He's not hitting home runs. This is definitely a cure-all spot, at least with how poorly Desclafani has pitched, especially in a starter's role. So this would be a spot for Tatis to break out. Love J-Rod. J-Rod season is always upon us in the second half.
Yep.
Absolutely love Brent Rooker. Monster Brent Rooker game yesterday. I've had a bunch of them lately since the break, or just kind of since like the end of July. Also just very good at baseball. So like super live to go crazy. Love Randy. Love that he moved into his leadoff role and he's like, yeah, I guess I steal bases now. I hit home runs. Like again, I'm back to being awesome. Randy's just casually going to be 30-30 this year after like,
yeah, I know.
Nobody ever thought that would happen again for Randy. But yeah, he's just going to go 30-30. No worries. Now a leadoff hitter. There's no, like, I don't even want to, and the 2 guys I didn't mention are Corbin Carroll and James Wood. So if you want to play anyone over 5K, like do it. James Wood, for what it's worth, has been terrible. He has legitimately been bad for like a pretty good stretch of time.
Yeah.
He is very good at baseball. So like if you want to play James Wood, you can. But yeah, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mid tier. Anybody else down here for you? Robin Anthony's back in the lineup. Frelick's leading off. You do have Lourdes, Profar hitting 6th. Williers $3,900. Anything?
Did you mention Durant at 46 too?
Yeah,
hitting
Durant at 46. Yeah.
Is the lineup changed today? We just will.
Yeah,
not.
Robin Anthony's back. So
yeah, I know, but they swapped him in Story, right? Because Durant was hitting 3rd,
sure.
And now Story is hitting 3rd. So it's just a new lineup every day. Every day. Like Romy's hitting 5th against a righty today.
Well, that's because we don't have a first baseman. So
that's true.
You know, it's him or Toro, and I'd rather Romy Gonzalez up there.
Fair.
So.
It's totally fair. I'm just saying every day it's something new and someone's in a new lineup spot.
They're having Yosin Garcia play first base at AAA now. The password.
Okay.
There's too many outfielders in the organization. They're like, this guy's tearing it up at AAA. We need to get him on the field. Here's a first baseman, Smith. We traded Blaze Jordan. So
here's a first base.
Tristan Campbell and Yosin Garcia are playing first base down in AAA now. So
Yeah. So like Lourdes hits or had in the past hit lefties, but he does have, he has been good lately, and obviously coming off a pitch that no one else has ever hit for a home run last night. So
103.9 miles an hour.
He has that going for him. He has officially hit the fastest pitch ever for a home run, which is pretty cool. I guess that is a pretty cool thing to be like the only person to, right? Like I hit the fastest.
I mean, like the only way that happens is if you face Mason Miller, right? Like he's the
only or Aroldis Chapman.
Right. Does Chapman even get up that much anymore? I mean,
I'm just saying he has, but all this time Chapman's been throwing the fastest pitches ever, right? And it never happened. I shouldn't say never, but like that fast.
Yes.
104 mile an hour fast.
104 mile an hour fastball.
So, I mean, Lourdes coming off that bunch of multi-hit games. Soderstrom in the 5-hole, he's been better lately. The power hasn't been there, but just like from a pure batting perspective, he's been good. Roman Anthony, you mentioned Profar not leading off, which is interesting because this is the better split for him. So interesting to see him drop in the lineup, but I'm good with Profar hitting 6, Abreu hitting 6, Ozuna. I could get to Ozuna. He's actually been okay. He just hasn't started a lot of games. He hasn't started in 2 games, and the starts prior, he was really good. So I'd be okay going to some Ozuna. Ramon Laureano has been really great, John. Really great. Like great. And this is another part of like, I want to play Padres stuff. Another righty against Desclafani. He's 3,600. We said it all year. Ramon Laureano has raked against right-handed pitching. That was like from day one what he has done this season. 277 ISO, 409 WOBA, 11 home runs against right-handed pitching. And you have Desclafani, who has struggled mightily against righties. So I think Laureano is one of the better values at $3,600. Isaac Collins hitting 3rd tonight. I mean, like Strider's good. Isaac Collins is good, dude. Guy has 4 straight double-digit fantasy point games, 6 of 7, 8 of 10 for Isaac Collins in terms of just double-figure fantasy points, and he's a 3-hitter at $3,400. Yastrzemski leading off $3,400. We know there's like high ceiling, low floor. JJ Bleday,
as I said,
I mean,
high owned play today.
The last 2 games for JJ Bleday have been
his season.
Crazy. Yeah. So, and like has been a guy who has been able to hit in the past, right? Canzone 28 has had just monster numbers against righties all year. That hasn't changed. Homered yesterday. Eli White double donged on a racetrack, followed up with a home run 2 games later. Eli White leading off tonight at $2,500. Like,
listen, there was a time and a place 3 months ago where Eli White versus lefty was an auto plug.
Death taxes, right? Death taxes. Eli White against a lefty. I
think price as he was then, he is now. So
same price as he was then, he is now. There is, like, I get it that there's a lot of merit to getting to one of those cheap guys if you wanted to afford like a full Seattle stack, right? But boy, oh boy, it is not hard to play Strider and George Kirby tonight. It is not.
No, there's plenty of value there. All right, well, let's get a lineup going. I guess we're gonna try it. Let's try the Strider Kirby. 3,800. I mean, like we've highlighted 100 guys that are cheap here. So we go Cole Young, right?
Cole Young.
Go down, play Eli White. It's 4,300 to play.
Right then, we're back. Like we're so back. Ramon Laureano. I think
just do Tatis, Laureano, Machado.
Dude, I love San Diego. Absolutely love San Diego. I love San Diego. I can't say it enough, but they are not hard to. They are not hard.
I mean, that's catcher first and short, $3,600, and we've highlighted other value plays that you can play here today.
San Diego catcher as a punt by the way, and then your first shortstop is solved.
Yep.
Right? You can just doing the hard work for you guys.
Agreed. We'll put the full lineup in the Discord for you guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in. No live show tomorrow. We will have a preview show for all of you guys, though. So make sure you tune in to that, and we'll catch you later.